Thanks for watching Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. I'm your host, Poonam Kumar. Today I'm down here at the beautiful Eccles Theater, where I just got an opportunity to tour this amazing space. We hope that you get a chance to come and check it out and enjoy your experience here. It opens up on Friday, October 21st. On today's show, we'll be talking about the city's camping ordinance, and our History Minute is about famous outlaw Red Lopez. But first, let's start with our legislative update and look back. The city has been working diligently the past several months to address homelessness. First, city, county, and state leaders agreed on a plan to propose the construction of 4 new homeless resource centers in the city, with the goal to better integrate into the community and serve subpopulations individually. Second, with input from local experts, the City Council is exploring funding and collaboration opportunities as solutions to the city's affordable housing shortage. Lastly, Operation Diversion, an unprecedented public safety effort in the Rio Grande neighborhood, was launched to separate criminals from the individuals experiencing homelessness. The program offers legal advice and treatment opportunities to those who qualify as an alternative to jail. In other news, the Salt Lake City Fire Department awarded 2 residents, Robert Carlson and Dylan Garcia, with citizen medals for their heroic services to the community. They also hosted a swearing-in ceremony for the launch of the new Cadet Post program for high school students. Mayor Biskupski and several members of the community participated in the Walk of No Shame, a march culminating at the state capitol to raise awareness against sexual assault, victim blaming, and rape culture. First Folio, the book that gave us Shakespeare, comes to Salt Lake City Main Library. The National Traveling Exhibit commemorates the 400th anniversary of Shakespeare's death. Today we're talking to Senior City Attorney Mark Kittrell about our camping ordinance and what it entails.
I'm Mark Kittrell. I'm one of the Senior City Attorneys in the Salt Lake City Attorney Office. My job is to advise the police department as well as some other departments in the city. Camping ordinance, Salt Lake City Code 11.12.080, it prohibits a person from camping, lodging, cooking, making a fire, pitching a tent, a fly, a lean-to, a tarp, or any other type of camping equipment on any public grounds, upon any portion of a street, or in any park or playground. So one of the things we ask our officers to do is that they don't cite the same behavior only in one part of town and not another. For example, a family enjoying a picnic in the park who happens to put up a fly or a tarp to block out the sun. I think the public might be hard-pressed to see that they are violating the camping ordinance if they're just going to be there for a few hours. Whereas someone on 5th West who may be putting up a tarp to block out the sun, hanging out for a few hours, some people might expect that to be, behavior that should be cited. I think what our officers will look for are those issues that may affect health and safety concerns. If they see a health and safety concern, regardless of which part of the city they're in, I think that's when they might step in. I think there is a concern that you may be exacerbating an already terrible situation for a lot of people. Sometimes, as a former public defender, I certainly saw the impact of people who were derailed from getting back on track with minor offenses being cited. So I think there might be some idea that, you don't want to necessarily unduly punish people who are already in a terrible condition. Certainly to learn more about it, to at least see the ordinance in its written form, I'd go to the SLC Gov webpage, look for the Salt Lake City Code ordinances, and search for 11.12.080. As far as if they see anything concerning, we certainly would encourage them to contact the police department and let them know of that concerning behavior. And if they have any comments or concerns about the ordinance itself, I certainly would encourage them to contact their elected officials.
And now it's time for a History Minute.
Rafael Lopez was born in Mexico and set out to be a miner and an adventurer. For a time, he was even a horseback sharpshooter for Buffalo Bill Cody, but he found himself working in the mines in Utah when his life took an ugly turn. On November 21st, 1913, after a disagreement with a fellow miner turned fatal, he fled the scene and found his way to a ranch near present-day Saratoga Springs. 4 Salt Lake County lawmen approached, and Lopez managed to kill 3 of them. While Lopez fled once more to the mini silver mine outside of Bingham, Deputy Julius Sorensen rounded up a posse. It consisted of about 200 civilians and law enforcement officials, and they participated in the largest manhunt in the state's history. This posse chased him into the mine and blockaded the exits. On November 29, 1913, 2 deputies rode into the mine in a car full of hay to start a fire to smoke the bandit out, but Lopez killed them both. The posse decided to starve Lopez out, blocking exits to the mine, but he simply vanished. It was only put together in 2003 that Rafael started going by the name of Red Lopez and fled Utah. Some reports put him as a fighter in the Mexican Revolution with Pancho Villa. What's known for sure is that Lopez worked as a smuggler and train robber with former members of the Wild Bunch gang in Texas. This continued until the legendary Texas Ranger Frank Hamer, the ranger who killed Bonnie and Clyde in 1934, ambushed Lopez and killed him in 1921.
That's it for this episode of Capital City News, where we do our best to keep you in the know. Tune in next time to stay up to date on all the latest. For SLC TV, I'm Poonam Kumar.